My name is Teresa.
I'm Nat.
And we're going to be talking to you about how we got into college.
So as a disclaimer, this is by no means a way for us to brag at all. This is not a set way for you to get into the colleges. But there's a lot of comments about like what our stats were, what we did in high school, things like that. So this is just a follow-up video to that. So if you want to see that one too. But yeah, I really like watching these videos when like I was applying to colleges. So hopefully this can help you in some way, shape, or form.
We're jumping right in. What colleges we got into? So I got into UCLA, UC Berkeley, UC Riverside, UC San Diego, and UC Irvine. And then that's for UC system. And then I got into USC, and then out of state I got into NYU, University of Denver, waitlisted at UPenn, and waitlisted at Boston University. So my major was political science. I chose government if the school didn't say political science. Like the name is like the same thing basically.
For me, I got accepted into UCI and USC where I did business admin. I got accepted into UCLA where I did applied math and sciences, and then I got accepted into UCSD and UC Berkeley under chemistry. Yes. And I got waitlisted to Yale, Brown, and U Chicago, all under chemistry as well.
So as for our stats, we're going to be talking about testing first, so standardized testing. ACT, I got, I took it twice, and this is 4 times now, but like twice. The first time I took it, I fell asleep, so I slept through the whole thing, I swear. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for my school that paid for me to test. But like, I got 25 the first time, and then a 29 the second time. And then for SAT, on the old SAT, I got 1860 the first time I took it 3 times by the way. The 1910 the second time I took it, and then I took the no SAT, which is, I don't know, but
out of 1600.
Yeah, it changed. Look up the SAT website if you want to know about that. But, like, I did take classes. I went to Elite. Some of you may know what Elite is. I personally don't think it helped me because teachers were really, really nice, and that also meant they didn't ever check their work, and I don't do homework if it's not checked.
She got to college, guys. Hope. I didn't take any classes.
Yeah, so
no, like I just was too cheap to afford to pay for them. But basically, on the old SAT, I got a 1780, which is very low in comparison to the average SAT scores that, like, at the colleges I was looking at. But for the new SAT, I took it again, and I got a 1430 out of 1600, so it improved a lot. And then for ACT, I took it twice. The first time I got a 28, and the second time I got a 31. I was like 31. 31.
We're going to be talking about AP classes now. We don't have IB at our school, by the way, so if you're wondering why we didn't take any IB classes. Also, our AP classes, like, when we sign up for them, we sign an AP contract, and so if you take the AP class, you have to take the AP test with it, and it's free, though. Like, our school provides all our AP tests for free, which is pretty good. But some people don't like having to take their tests, the AP tests, even if they're not ready for it, but I think it's, like, it doesn't hurt anyone. In terms of AP tests, I took AP US History, I got a 5 on that, AP Environmental Science, and I failed that one too, with 2. AP English Language, I got a 4 on that one, AP Calc AB, I got a 4, and AP World History, I got a 4. In terms of AP classes I'm taking this year, I'm taking AP Calc BC, AP English Lit, AP Macroeconomics, AP Government, and
Psych.
AP Psych. Yeah, she knows my schedule better.
For me, freshman year I did AP World History where I got a 3, and then sophomore year I did AP World History, and then junior year I did AP Lang, I got a 4, AP Calc AB I got a 5, AP Environmental Science I got a 2, I failed that one too. AP US History I got a 3, and AP Psych I got a 4, and this year I'm taking AP Gov, AP Econ, AP Chem, AP Art, AP Human Geo, what happened? Oh, AP Calc BC, and AP Lit.
In terms of GPA, I have a 4.5476 weighted and a 3.95 unweighted, so I did get 2 B's on, this is 4, but 2 B's on my transcript. I got 1 in Spanish 1. Yeah, I got 1 in Spanish. I don't think it played a big role in college decisions just because my major wasn't totally related to Spanish. And then I got a B first semester of senior year in AP Calc BC. Math is hard. I can't do it. My class rank is 8 out of 500. When I applied to college, it was 8 out of 550, around 550. We're a relatively large school, but because of that one BC Calc, I'm ranked 10 now.
For me, I have a 4.7 weighted GPA, and I got a 4.0 unweighted GPA, and I'm currently ranked 1.
Bow down to her. She's valedictorian right here.
As for academic awards, we got both principals lists for all 4 years. It's when you have higher than a 4.0 GPA, and then for me, freshman, sophomore, junior year, I got outstanding citizenship. Not this year though, because
I don't think, like, I don't really know for sure because I don't remember, but I don't think I got outstanding citizenship all those years because I fall asleep in class like every day. There's no way I could have gotten outstanding. But yeah.
Excuses, but whatever. For freshman year, I got a department award in Algebra 2, and then in...
Hey, I show up to school more than you.
And then, for sophomore year, I got a department award in Chemistry and AP World History, and in sophomore year, I also competed in the American Chemical Exam at Cal State Fullerton, and I tied for first within my school, not within everyone competing, just with the people that were competing in my school. Yeah, it's so sad now. It's not so sad, but yeah. Next, jumping into activities.
So in terms of activities, we both did Key-Wins, which is a Key Club. So if you're already familiar with Key Club, it's student-led organization based on community service. So Key Club is amazing. Join it, love it, live it, breathe it. Contact her if you want to make any Key-Wins clubs in your area.
Yes, I'm totally down to help you charter and do all that. So yeah.
If you're not familiar with Key Club, it's actually like Interact or Leo Club. They're very similar, both high school based. So yeah.
In terms of our organization and our structure, clubs in an area make up a division, and divisions all over California make up our district of Cal Navajo Key-Wins. Yeah. So that goes on to explain our positions.
So freshman year, we both did club internship. Sophomore year, we were on the club board, so I was treasurer, she was
VP.
Yeah. And then junior year, I was district convention chair, so basically I got to plan this cool 3-day convention. It was the 40th annual district convention, and we had like 500 attendees.
And I was president at the time, which is pretty self-explanatory.
So senior year, I was elected as district treasurer, so I get to oversee treasurers. I love my treasurers, by the way. And then I oversee our membership, which is around 2,500 members. Handle finances and make resources.
Or I am district membership development and education chair, and I oversee vice presidents. Love vice presidents, by the way. And I deal a lot with Club Rush in the beginning of the year, and key leader scholarships, and making materials for chartering schools as well.
Just a side note, on my college apps, when they asked to explain it, I kind of tended to put a lot of numbers and numerical stuff, our district is pledged to raise $12,000 for Stop Hunger Now and things like that. So it just looked more like I was actually very involved. At the same time, it was wow, that number, for district convention chair, I was talking about earlier, I was oh yeah, I handled because the budget for district convention is obviously a large budget. So I was I handled a $40,000 budget because it just sounds better, 40,000.
So Girls League, this is a club that me and Teresa started in sophomore year in December, and basically what it is we do a lot of socials, events, community service, all with the goal of creating a sisterhood on campus.
We've both been president since sophomore year, so yeah.
On my application, I talked about how I emphasized how everyone in the club is they're all very different from each other, and so that creates kind of an atmosphere where we're pulling girls from different groups. I guess they're not all we didn't all start as friends, but yeah.
So that's what's really cool about Girls League. So moving on to student government. So we both participated in student government a little. She did ASB Senate
for 2 years, freshman and sophomore.
I did ASB Senate freshman year, and then sophomore year, I got into ASB. So in case you didn't know what that is, Associated Student Body. You might call it student council or student government. I don't know, but so I was in ASB sophomore and junior year. Didn't do it this year. It's a lot of work. Yeah. So basically, you plan assemblies. You're in charge of spirit weeks. Basically, hyping up the school. Football games. You're there. Basketball games. All the sports games. Sorry, I'm not discriminating sports. I shouldn't have listed them at all. But yeah, I was commissioner of publicity, so I was in charge of creating all the flyers for our school, advertising all the school events. So yeah.
For me, in my freshman year, I was in Red Cross, so I applied for a position in, I think, September, and I got the position in, October, and I got membership liaison. Oh, sorry. I was membership liaison for just my freshman year. Basically, I was a semi-finalist for a study abroad scholarship called NSLI. I was semi-finalist 2 times, so I didn't get it last year, but I tried again this year, and I was semi-finalist at the time of my application deadline. But I did end up moving on to being an alternate for the program, so yeah, I put that on.
Hopefully she goes to Korea.
We'll see.
So since I was 7, I was part of the Buddhist Youth Organization in Vietnamese, Yad and Phật Tử. If you're familiar with the Catholic version of it, it's Kungi. So yeah, so I was part of that. I'm a youth leader, so I teach Buddhism and Dharma and things like that, and I also teach Vietnamese a little. I've been in Vietnamese school also since I was 7, so I'm bilingual. I was in charge of a lot of little kids when I was part of that. Oh, I did a lot of cultural dances. Can't dance.
For academic-based clubs, yeah, we were both in CSF, which is California Scholarship Federation, and we've been in it since freshman year.
Yeah, the CSF. I don't know what CSFs do at other school, but ours is very community service.
A lot of school service projects.
Yeah, so that's what our school does. And they check your grades.
Yeah.
I think that they do that at every school, but yeah.
I was in National.
Yeah. No, I got rejected to National Honor Society.
No, it was because she didn't put a picture of herself.
No, I'm pretty sure. Like, would they really reject me? They probably rejected me because I'm stupid. Yeah.
She didn't. Okay, whatever. But I was in National Honor Society for 4 years. Oh, wait, 3 years.
So we both did tennis.
For freshman year, I was alternate, and then for sophomore year, I was a starter on JV.
I was in tennis for 1 year. I can't run. I can't hit the ball. I can't hit the racket. I don't even know how to hold the racket. I probably hit myself in the face. Like, I'm just like the most unathletic person ever. And so since I only did it for 1 year, I didn't even put it on my college application just because I felt like it. Like, I don't think it would strengthen my application. I was the alternate for the alternate. So the alternate got tired, I came in.
Oh no. For internship / job experience.
So we both did Science Week at UCI. So basically, our teacher told us to write a paragraph to this UCI professor, and he accepted us into his program. And like, at the end of the week, we got like $400 for like going from like the whole week, like Monday through Friday, from
9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yeah, so yeah, and all day we just did experiments, and we like did like little we just did so many cool experiences.
It was really cool.
Experience. Yeah.
So, sophomore to junior year, I worked at Kumon, which is a not tutoring center, but sort of like that. And we worked on math and reading for children under the age of, I believe, like before high school. So it was really fun, and yeah, worked there for 1 year exactly.
Last year, so basically summer between junior and senior year, I worked at a law firm, Rutan and Tucker. It was for 8 weeks. It was a part-time job, and I was their intern, so I got to do like everything from like accounting to marketing, and like I just emphasized how I got to experience like every department. It was just like a really cool like experience. So
in the summer before senior year, I was an intern at Creative Marks, where I just received orders and like relayed all the information to my manager, I guess. And I also wrote that I was job shadowing for Huntington Valley, something like that, but it's a hospital, yeah.
Bringin is stuck on my finger. Take it off. Okay, I don't think I wrote about my job shadow on my application, but I did it for scholarship applications, and I think it helped. I'm currently job shadowing at a law firm near here too. So law offices of A. LeVar Taylor, and he's a tax firm. So it was really cool to get into like a different field, and I get to talk to all the attorneys there. So it's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I guess what we wrote on the essays for colleges, we're not gonna go like super in depth because that'd be super boring, but like a gist of it. Yeah.
I'm a really bad writer. I think this is I hope that you get in even being a bad writer.
So for personal insight questions, I chose the leadership one, and I wrote about the I talked a little bit about earlier, the district convention experience of leading a committee to plan a large scale event like that. And then on the creative side one, I kind of went into the category of narrative writing or something like that. But I wrote about making when I was a small an experiment I had as a young kid making instant noodles. Not that great of an essay, to be honest, but
I liked it.
Yeah. And then I wrote about my favorite academic subject, which I talked about history and political science being a very big part of my life. And then what have you done to make your school or community a better place? That's where I talked about ASB. And yeah.
I'm not going to go into detail, but I did what did you do to make your school or community a better place and your leadership. I talked about Key Wins and Girls League for that, and then for your I think a challenge or academic challenge, I wrote about the American Chemical Society exam and preparation for it. And then for the creative side, I talked about how I really like making videos and doing little montages like that sometimes. So yeah.
If you want us to tell you more about what exactly we wrote on our personal insights, you can ask us.
Yeah. So for when I first applied, so for USC and then for one more school, UChicago, I applied under an essay about how I experienced the friendship breakup, and it was really it was a really big part of my life. I know it sounds very silly, but it was really fun to write. And then my second essay, I wrote about how starting when I was just 5 months, I was already living the dream up in Vegas. How how I grew up with such just I guess sinful, they call it, kind of city, how it affected me to be more fearless and want to adventure more, I guess. Yeah.
For me, for USC, I submitted the same essay I wrote for
personal insights.
Yeah, for personal insight, the noodle one I wrote, that's my common app essay for USC. Yeah, personally, it was not that good of an essay, so I was really worried because I think it went a little too creative, where it was kind of iffy what you learned about me, and that's what happened when you finish all your college apps late. So for UPenn, I submitted a totally different application than USC because there's a lot of time in between for me to tweak it, and also all the other IVs that I got rejected to, I submitted the instant noodle one, like I said, but since UPenn was due January 5th and everything else was due January 1st, I like used those extra days to like write a new essay. So I talked about my religion in the new essay. Yeah, it was like a little story, like from when I was younger.
Yeah. I feel like when you're applying, like definitely apply to or try to cut down your schools more, and so that like you can focus more on certain essays because you do have to do a lot of research in this like on the school, like how you can see yourself there, and just try to go more in detail because I feel like the schools that I had like a lot to talk about, like that was also an indication of like how much I wanted to learn about it and like how much I was actually passionate about the school. Those essays came easy to me, so definitely do like a lot of research on your school, like for like the why blank questions.
For me personally, I have never visited a lot of these schools that I applied for, other than UCI. Like I've never visited any of these schools, and so it was really hard to write like essays and like talk about how amazing the school is if I didn't know anything about it. I've never visited, never seen it, and so I think like definitely like put the time into research beforehand, like you said, like it like
or visit before you apply to colleges. I mean,
yeah,
visit before you apply. Like I feel like that helps a lot. Like actually being on campus and knowing that that feeling fits you.
Yeah, because we applied for so many schools that like even if we got accepted to and we didn't like it, that's kind of a waste of time compared to like if we had checked out these schools beforehand and like seen that we didn't like it, then we wouldn't have applied. And but we got free applications, so there's also that. We were like, well, we don't lose anything, so we just turned in. I turned in like 10.
Yeah, I turned in a lot, and like I feel like I definitely should have started earlier. Like I started. Like, we both pretty much started, like, on the day it was due, or, like, a few days before. Or, like, we would work on it, but, like, not, like, really work on it until the last day. Like, it was kind of bad, and, like, I regret not starting earlier.
But, like, when they say start in the summer, you can't write in the summer. Honestly, like...
I feel like sometimes, like, your senior experiences also shapes you in a certain way. Yeah. Where, like, you can't talk about it in summer.
I try to write it beforehand, but, like, reading back, I, like, even, like, just, like, a few months into senior year, I felt like the summer me was immature already. Like, I don't know, like, I was like, get the heck out of here, girl. Like, what you writing about?
Yeah. Like, if you read your Common App essay or your personal insights and you're like, I don't like it, like, just change it completely. Like, go, like, a new route. Like, that's how I got to, like, my end Common App essay. And I feel like that was, like, a lot better than my first one because, like, I, like, wrote, like, 3 different topics on, like, which one most fits me. But, like...
Yeah, a lot of people, they say, like they start writing something, and then, like, halfway through it, they don't like what they're writing about anymore, and they're like, no, like, I already finished half of it, like, I need to finish. Like, honestly, if you don't like your essay, I don't know if other people are going to like your essays. Yeah. Like, for me, I definitely went, like, the creative route for everything, didn't write essay writing, like, didn't write expository, explaining things.
Mine were, like, narratives.
Yeah. I would never go, like, oh, Keylands is the 32nd district of Key Club International. Like, they don't need that information. They need to know how you, like, it shaped you as a person, or, like, how the skills you learn using, like, whatever club or activity you were in impacts your life, or, like, why you are a good applicant for their school.
Yeah.
Oh, if your parent doesn't let you go out and you're watching this YouTube video, we went out a lot, and I think that's how we got into college. Like, if I did not have any of these extracurricular experiences, like going to a 3-day convention on leadership, or getting to lead different activities, and they're like, oh, that takes too much time off of like your schoolwork. Yes, your schoolwork is important, but like everyone that applies to these competitive colleges has straight A's. But who volunteered to help the trees or help the animals, like
help the bees,
Bert's bees. But yeah, like, or if you don't have money for your college house, say that. Yeah, because
I know people who spent like $500, $600. Like, if you want to apply to like a lot of schools, kind of like keep financial stuff in mind too, like throughout the entire time. I don't know.
Yeah, and don't like put yourself down so much where you apply to too many safety schools, because honestly, like, if you apply to a school and you know you'll never go there, then why like waste the money if you're not paying for it? Then it doesn't matter. But like,
why take someone else's spot? Maybe. But, like,
sometimes I just don't feel like I'm smart enough to go to these schools. Like, I feel like if I go, like,
small fish in a big pond.
Yeah.
I feel like during like the college application process, you have like many like thoughts about like, I guess like, what, like, does your GPA like really matter? Does like numbers matter, stuff like that, and like everyone's like that, so like don't get too hard on yourself, you know.
Mostly our decision, like if you're wondering, has come down to her USC versus UCLA, so the crosstown rivals. I think for her it's financial.
Yeah,
like,
so
determine the difference.
I got a scholarship, but my financial status like changed a lot, so I'm trying to see if I will be able to get like a little more money and then be able to go. So, yeah.
To USC.
Yeah, to USC. And for her,
for me, I'm kind of between. I haven't gotten any financial information for NYU. Did you see that? Like, I tried to grab my finger and like just went over here. But yeah, NYU and USC. So I don't have them on like my top radar right now because I don't have any like money figures thingy. Because my parents, we're not receiving a lot of financial aid at all. Like for UCLA, I will get no financial aid. I will be paying $35,000, and then for UC Berkeley, I got some grants, so I got some scholarships too. So I will be paying around $3,000 to go there. So kind of between those two right now.
Like I still have UCLA in the back of my mind. I'm waiting for Bruin Day and stuff like that. So
catch us there.
Yeah. So hopefully this helped you somewhat. And if you have any more questions about like a certain part that you want us to like go into like specifics about, just like leave a comment or like message us and we'll answer that.
Okay, bye.